We always knew that Donald Trump was oh so jealous of President Xi of China, how strong President Xi was while Donald Trump was so weak. We always knew how easy it was for President Xi to outmaneuver Donald Trump. And we're seeing that again with Donald Trump's latest pick right now. Take a look at this as he's appointing David Perdue to be the United States ambassador to the People's Republic of China. What a great way to be strong on China, Donald, by bringing in David Perdue, who led Dollar General's outsourcing effort into China. One of the biggest outsourcers to China. We're going to make you the ambassador to China. That's how we're going to show how strong we are against China. It's so utterly pathetic, but then again, when you would look at the MAGA hats and you zoom in on the tag, what do you see? Oh, those are made in China. President Biden's hats were union made, as are our merch at the MeidasTouch Network, but not Donald Trump. Donald Trump would make these like watches that he would sell for $100,000 with cheap parts from China. Oh, yeah. And then there's the fact that Donald Trump paid basically no taxes in the United States of America. Like quite literally, Trump paid like no money in taxes, but he did pay taxes in China. He paid about $180,000 in taxes in China, far more than he paid here in the United States. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, there was Donald Trump's secret Chinese bank account when he was in office, where one of his subsidiaries, Trump International Hotels Management, LLC, had somewhere in the range of $10 to $20 million just sitting in a secret Chinese bank account. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, but I digress there. Let's go back to David Perdue right now. David Perdue thinks outsourcing jobs to China is what got him elected. And when he was running, he said he'll do it again. So remember, he was running against current Senator John Ossoff, and Ossoff called him out and said, you're the outsource king. Watch what went down on this segment of Fox where David Perdue admits he's an outsourcer. Here, play this clip.
Senator David Perdue bragged under oath about how he spent most of his career outsourcing American jobs to China. He operated factories in Shenzhen province in China in cooperation with the Chinese Communist Party, and he should explain that on the record.
Your chance, Senator.
We did exactly that in 2014, and we were elected by 8 points. We did it again in this election. We were elected by 2. We just missed this runoff by a few thousand votes.
By the way, this is in 2014 where David Perdue brags that he's living the dream for exporting shelf-stable milk to China. Play this clip.
I'm in a small business right now that's exporting ultra-high temperature milk to China. I'm living the dream.
As our editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski writes, in response to Marsha Blackburn's tweet or X or whatever you call it right now, Filipkowski, first, let me read Blackburn's first. She goes, fantastic appointment of David Perdue to serve as the next U.S. ambassador to China. Trump knows he will hold communist China accountable and represent U.S. interest in the region. It's time to break some China. Okay, well, now you know the background of David Perdue, and you heard my dogs bark there. As Ron Filipkowski says, amazing. David Perdue spent his entire business career getting rich by outsourcing American jobs to China. He's no China hawk. The CCP was his business partner. These people say one thing to their sheeple, then do the exact opposite of what their base believes that they are doing. By the way, may I show you this clip? You may remember it, of current Senator of Georgia, Ossoff, saying the following to David Perdue. And David Perdue has stunned the world by turning out to be alive after taking one of the worst debate beatings in memory. That's what Ryan Grimm said back then. Here, play this clip.
Well, perhaps Senator Perdue would have been able to respond properly to the COVID-19 pandemic if you hadn't been fending off multiple federal investigations for insider trading. It's not just that you're a crook, Senator. It's that you're attacking the health of the people that you represent. You did say COVID-19 was no deadlier than the flu. You did say there would be no significant uptick in cases. All the while, you were looking after your own assets and your own portfolio, and you did vote 4 times to end protections for pre-existing conditions. 4 times. And the legislation that you tout, the PROTECT Act, It includes loopholes that specifically allow insurance companies to deny policies to Georgians with pre-existing conditions. Can you look down the camera and tell the people of this state why you voted 4 times to allow insurance companies to deny us health coverage because we may suffer from diabetes or heart disease or asthma or have cancer in remission? Why, Senator?
No, it was a good debate by John Ossoff. Ossoff was and is a very, very good debater. Should I just show you the video we made back in 2020, 2021 about David Purdue? It's a classic. It's the Chicken Purdue video. Here, play this clip.
When the going got tough in business, David Purdue outsourced American jobs overseas.
In a deposition, Purdue testified he spent most of his career outsourcing.
You made a career out of outsourcing. How do you defend that?
Well, defend it. I'm proud of it.
When the going got tough in the Senate, Purdue hid in the airport bathroom and even stole someone's cell phone who asked him a tough question.
You stole my property.
When the going got tough with COVID, Purdue hid critical information while selling his own stocks.
Records show that Senator David Purdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
It's not just that you're a crook, Senator. You're attacking the health of the people that you represent.
Now Purdue won't even face his constituents, backing out of debate after debate.
Enough incompetence, deceit, corruption, division. Change has come to Georgia. Change is coming to America.
Georgia needs a real senator, not a chicken Purdue. MeidasTouch is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Oh, and while I'm at it, I got to show you the other one we did. The Grinches of Christmas was a MeidasTouch classic back in the day. Remember when we did this one? Here, play the clip.
'Twas the night before Christmas, as Georgia turns blue. Most Georgians were suffering, apart from these two. That is, Looting Leffler and Chicken Purdue. Their stockings were stuffed from the stocks that they sold when they heard COVID was coming before we were told. They sold shares in casinos, airlines, TJ Maxx, and invested in drugs and in medical masks. They bought stocks that would rise, sold stocks that would fall. It could be their hearts were 2 sizes too small. They played down the virus, said we'd all be fine, while Leffler bought a jet on the taxpayer's dime. And don't get me started on Chicken Purdue. How chicken is he? A debate he won't do. So come one, come all, let's vote by the 5th and make Warnock and Ossoff your 2 Senate picks. MeidasTouch is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Oh, well, there you have it, folks. That's Donald Trump's pick for China, someone who's a business partners with the CCP. So tough. So tough. So stupid. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.